What is crackalating, dope heads? It is me, Dope, your idiot leader. And you're watching The Dope Show on YouTube. You know, it's been voted the worst show on YouTube 2 years in a row. So uh, thanks for coming and checking us out, even though, you don't have to. I totally appreciate it. It's been a long week, been a great week. EC Comics come out with Cruel Universe. It's the main thing we've been talking about all week. I did a little short, and I think I did a review on it. And a lot of people was like, I'm sorry you had to drive 2 hours. It's 58 minutes each way to the Kentucky border by Fort Campbell to get a book that sucked. But, it was a venture. It was a hunt. I like that kind of stuff. I got to eat at Whataburger. Triple cheeseburger. That ain't bad. And I tell you what I like to do. When I picked this up, I read the first story in the parking lot. And then I drove a while back home, pondering over the story. Stopped and ate at Whataburger. Read another story in that parking lot. And then stopped another time, read a story. By the time I got home, it took an hour to get home, but I'd already pondered over all the stories. Come downstairs and did my review. And yeah, the book sucked, but you know what this book accomplished? You know what this accomplished? I'm not into views, I'm not into subs, but what this accomplished was we had all kinds of comments. And I love to talk comics. I am a comic fanatic. I am a horror fanatic. And the fact that so many people wanted to talk about this book. And we was able to bring our little Dopetopian world together and talk a lot of comics. And that's what was great about this book. It was worth the $3.99 or whatever just to get everybody together to talk comics. And I appreciate it. And if you want to leave some comments on this, just leave comments on this because we'll talk comics again. Horror, whatever you want to talk about. That's what we'll talk about. But, this sucked, but it was still better than this. At least the sci-fi didn't have any politics in it. The first story was the best story. First story is the best art. And then from there on, it got worse, and worse. Kind of like this one. This would be the last time I pick up Cruel Universe. I'm a horror guy. I do like sci-fi, but this sucked. And I just wanted to give it a shot and see what it was all about. And it let me down, of course. Just like ever Oni Press, EC's let me down. But I will continue to get the horror, because I'm a horror guy. But I'm going to let the sci-fi go. It's just the way it is. You don't have to be a speculator or nothing to know that number 2 issues, there's a huge drop-off after number 1. But I'm predicting a huge drop-off for number 2 on both Cruel Universe and Epitaph from the Abyss because they just suck so bad. I know a lot of people I've talked to is like, I'm not picking up issue 2 of neither one of them. And they're not speculators. They just thought the book sucked. So I think the business motto for EC Comics is, Oni Press EC Comics is not right. They're looking at short term. They got the name and they're just putting out garbage. They're not trying to build a fan base by putting out good stories and good art. And I think they will be bankrupt in about 6 months. So, and then I've had other people say, hey, EC Comics sucks. The whole Hello Darkness sucks. Golden Key that came out this year sucks again. What do you recommend? And what I recommend, if you want a horror anthology that is great, Michael Walsh's Silver Coin. It's Image, so you know it's done right. The art's fantastic in every book because it's Michael Walsh. He has an all-star lineup of writers on a lot of these. Like this first one here was Chip Zdarsky. He's had other great writers on his books. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's like 15 of these books out, and there's only like 2 stinkers so far. So the chances of picking up that's pretty good odds, especially when they're all anthologies written by different people. And to have like 13 out of 15 of them be great, can't beat them odds. There is 2 stinkers. I think one of them was number 3 or 4 was awful. It's a futuristic story. And there was one more in there I didn't like. But this is, Silver Coin is the greatest horror anthology I've ever read. And I grew up on horror anthologies. I have all of them. I really like this. And I really like Twisted Tales, but this is my favorite of all time. So get you some silver coin if you're looking for something that's a great horror anthology. We got a little bit of news too. Next week, the book I'm most excited about is a Marvel book, which don't happen too often, but we got Werewolf by Night. So Werewolf by Night #1. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but we're going to find out. It's got Jack Russell in it. So the original Werewolf by Night comes out this week. I will pick it up just to see if it's any good. It's the book I'm the most excited about this week. Will it be better than Geiger 5 that's also let out this week? I very seriously doubt it. But I will pick up Werewolf by Night #1, and I will let you know if it's any good or not. Other things I picked up this week. I picked up Midnight Suns #3. It has been the only Blood Hunt title that I've enjoyed, and I've read Werewolf by Night and Hulk and a couple other ones. And this is the only one that I've been able to read all the way through, and I did not like the way it ended. And this will not be going in my personal collection, but it was good enough to read if you just wanted something to read. So there you go with that. That is trash. This has been great up to this issue. I've loved Ain't No Grave up to issue 4. It's a 5-part story. This one sucked. The reason it sucked because it was a solid issue. There's no fucking story. If I'd have known that, I probably wouldn't have bought it. It's really a black eye on the run. Up to this point, Skottie Young's done really good things. I think Skottie Young wanted to show that he is a good artist and he can write a whole story without using words, and he failed. Because I do not like paying $3.99 for a book with no words in it. Kind of sucked. Kind of put the black eye on the whole series there. So that will not be making the PC. I will finish reading Ain't No Grave and then just throw it in my to-go giveaway box. So, and of course, I haven't read this yet, but Hulk 15. I'm excited about this. I saved my 2 favorite books for last. As far as reading, I always do. And that's Hulk 15 and Sam and Twitch #5. Sam and Twitch has been the best series I've read this year. Not the best issue. The best issue would probably be Rook #4, if you're talking about just one issue maybe. But this Sam and Twitch has been the best series I've read. I loved it. And Blizzard, the trade last week, was one of the best things I ever read this year. Trade-wise, Blizzard, series, Sam and Twitch, single issue was probably Rook 4. And I think it's Rook 4. It might be Rook 3, but it's the one that's got the 13 first appearances in it. And speaking of Sam and Twitch, I also picked this up this week. This was in my box. I ordered it a long time ago. Hardback book. Great book. It's got all the Sam and Twitch stories in it. It's 1 through 13. And what can I say about it? It's got the witchcraft murder story in it. And it's also got a mysterious mob killings and a supernatural twist story in it. So, Sam and Twitch, the hardback book. If you love Sam and Twitch like I do, you can pick this up for $30 at Image, probably at your local comic book store. Took me a long time to get a copy of this, but I now have it. So, I will be reading that next time I go on vacation somewhere. Then for the back bin finds, I was thumbing, it's been about a week ago now, but I was thumbing through the back issues, and I came across Omega Men #3. Omega Men #3 is a book you don't see that often, especially for cheap. I think it was $15 for this copy, because this is the first appearance of Lobo. So, if you want the first appearance of Lobo, I think I looked up and found one for $15. So, there is the first appearance of Lobo. Other things I found this number 108 Hulk. Anytime I find a low digit Hulk, I pick them up. And when I mean low digit, 108 is a low number, because you got to remember Hulk was 1 through 6. And then after 6, it got discontinued. It came out in 1962 and got discontinued after 6 issues because nobody was buying it. It was pushed as a sci-fi book more than it was a superhero book. So I believe that's also why Hulk #1 is so rare compared to other things like Fantastic Four #1, Daredevil #1, Spider-Man #1, all the other Silver Age heroes, X-Men #1, because I think a lot of them probably got thrown away because kids just really didn't like them because it was a sci-fi story. But anyway, there's only 1 through 6, and then Hulk didn't show up again for a while until Tales to Astonish. And you know, it was Stan Lee's favorite character, so he put him in Tales for Astonish number 59. And Tales of Astonish started really coming alive and blooming. And Tales from Astonish, if you don't know, it had stories in it about Giant Man, Ant-Man, Hulk, and the Hulk issues were really selling. Submariner. So Tales to Astonish discontinued at 101. So they started up Hulk, Incredible Hulk, at 102. So it actually goes 1 through 6, then 102 till now. So this number 108 is really low. I mean, if you think about it, it's like number 10 in the Hulk books. So 108, anytime I see these low ones, I pick them up. I love all the 10 anything when it comes to Hulk. So beautiful book. What can I say about it? It's really good shape. Everything but this one little corner where a rat was munching on, which I don't care about, really about what a shape's in anyway. I'm not a shape snob, but I do like this book. Got great color to it. Great book. Also, I was able to find a couple more of these. I'm working on my 1 through 70, A Tomb of Dracula. 1 through 70 is the whole run. This is a great cover. The Moonbacker's got a skull in it. Great cover. This is number 55. And then I hated it when they switched the title, the way the title looks. But this is Tomb of Dracula, number 68. So there's only 2 issues left after this one. So, pretty cool. And then the last Dracula I picked up is Tomb of Dracula 47. And it's all right cover. Another thing people was asking me about, did I hear? They said, Dope, did you hear about the hookers at the San Diego Comic-Con? Yeah, I heard about it. There's always hookers at Comic-Cons. Half them girls were in cosplay outfits look like hookers. They're probably hookers. I don't know. I will tell you that I once heard a story from a Comic-Con that a strip club rented out a table at a comic convention. And he took 5 to 6 of his best-looking girls and put them in Spider-Girl outfits, Wonder Woman outfits, and all this. And they handed out cards to their strip club saying they would be at the strip club that night. So there you had strippers at a Comic-Con. So, if there's some girls wanting to spread love in San Diego and make some money, I don't see anything wrong with some hookers being at the Comic-Con. Said they arrested 14 hookers in San Diego. It makes sense. There's hotel rooms there. There's a convention there. There's a bunch of old men with plenty of money. Makes sense. So I have no problems with it. And the last and the biggest book I picked up this week, we were talking about Tales to Astonish. This is his first appearance, Hulk's first appearance in Tales to Astonish. This is a real early book. Hulk started in 62. I'm really not sure what year this is. It might be 64, 65. But there's Hulk fighting Giant Man. And this is the first time he ever appeared in Tales to Astonish. And I have just about every Tales to Astonish with Hulk in it. And there was 2 I didn't have. I didn't have this one. Which I didn't have this one. And I don't have the one with Hulk and Silver Surfer on the cover. This one I've always wanted. And I just it's never really high enough on my podium to get, because there's always things I want more than this book. But I've always kept it in mind if I ever see it in the wild to grab it. And here it is. This is Tales to Astonish, number 59. Look how little Hulk is compared to Giant Man. Not much of a competition there for size. And there's also a story down here about the Wasp. These Tales to Astonish, let me tell you people, get these Tales to Astonish. When I was younger and I couldn't afford Hulk 1 through 6, I wanted some old Hulk because I am a Hulk fanatic. And a cheap way to get old, cool Kirby, old, cool Kirby Hulk, old, cool Hulk in general, is to pick up these Tales to Astonish. They're not as high, not as desirable as some of the Incredible Hulk run. And you can find some of them pretty cheap. You can get old, cool-ass Hulk for cheap through the Tales to Astonish. I mean, this is a really old Hulk here. It's one of the first probably 8 Hulk titles or Hulk comic books of all time. You got 1 through 6. I know he appeared in Avengers also in 1964. I think it was the first Avengers. This is probably 66. So that Avengers 1 would have came first. And maybe I know there is a Hulk where he's in a cave and he's hiding, and the Fantastic Four is coming from the other way. So that is another one. So this is probably like the 8th or 9th highest or earliest Hulk. So you can find this. I found this copy here. My comic shop has this as a 2.0. And it's a beautiful 2.0. I mean, it's not missing anything. It's in Mylar, so that makes it look better. But this is a beautiful book. And I gave under $50 for it. So, Tales to Astonish, number 59. If you want a really early Hulk, that's cool. Pick it up, man. I hope y'all guys learned something today. I hope you had fun today. Long-winded today, so we're right at 16 minutes. Thank y'all guys for leaving the comments on the other stuff. I enjoy talking to you guys. Leave some comments on this. We'll talk. And until the next time, read your comics.